What's up, boys? Welcome back to another episode. And yes, it's been like a few weeks, but I just had a lot of exams, a lot of shit. Had to do some fixing with the setup. You can tell the lighting is a lot better now. But today, this is a lot earlier than I thought I was gonna make this. But Shams once again spoiled the complete thing. He's like the Grinch on Christmas. He spoiled the rest of the All-Star selection. I was gonna wait until TNT's coverage and have a whole thing with that. But he posted it like an hour before, so might as well just get this video out and done. So what I'm gonna discuss today is what I had my predictions like 3 weeks ago. I posted my first video on about, and what the actual selections are. And yes, there's a lot of differences, and I was pretty awful with my takes. However, I do mention a lot of my takes, some reasoning, and what I actually think within the actual selections. And I will actually give my thoughts on some of the snubs and some of the issues I had with the starting lineups and whatnot. To begin, let's just go over who I had starting and what the actual projections were. For who I had starting, I had for the West, I had Steph, Damian Lillard, LeBron, Christian Wood, and Jokic. Well, right after, I uploaded the video. Turns out Christian Wood rolled his ankle and was out ever since. So yeah, he kind of fell apart just like the Rockets. And I said Kawhi would probably be in his spot beforehand, which in reality he was. So I'm not really surprised by that. Nor am I surprised he didn't make it because of his injury. The Damian Lillard, if you saw me on Instagram, I was very vocal about how stupid this was. He won in the 3 categories. He beat Luka in 2 of them, except for fan voting, and Luka still got ahead. No big deal. It's fucking annoying with the fan voting. But for the West, that was kind of my take with the starting lineup. I knew Christian Wood wouldn't actually be the starter. Also did not predict him getting injured and be out the entire time after making the video. But I said Kawhi would make it. So I'm not really upset or shocked by that. Kind of like the same with the East. For the East, I had Jaylen Brown, Bradley Beal, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, and Giannis, Jesus. And the big submission I had was Jaylen Brown instead of Kyrie. And I said I wouldn't be surprised with Kyrie. The only reason why I didn't have Kyrie is because he was out for a few weeks. But they gave it to Kyrie, which I'm not really upset about, understandable. Thankfully, they did put Brown in the selection of the All-Star, but we'll get to that later. And like the rest of it was the same. I was a little upset, but that's completely down to fan voting with KD being the captain, not Embiid. But again, that's all fan voting. That has nothing to do with the actual selection, which is kind of stupid. But again, for pure entertainment, I would love to see Embiid pick a team. But moving on, let's just get to the subs, which was just announced. And this is where it gets a little tricky with what I said. Starting with the West, I had Luka, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, and Zion. Out of all of them, let me make sure I had Dame. I'm going to swap with Luka. They're the same. Devin Booker, I'm kind of surprised they gave it to Chris Paul instead of Devin Booker. But the Suns point guard, Spider Mitchell, he got it. Paul George, he got it. Kawhi, I said he was going to be a starter, so I'll swap him with Wood. Wood was injured, swap him with Rudy Gobert. AD, not shocked, he will get replaced. I don't know by who, but he will. And Zion. So I wasn't too off with the actual selections, but I did miss out on Rudy Gobert. And let me make sure I didn't miss out on anyone else. And CP3. I was surprised he got it over Devin Booker. And I wish Devin Booker got it, but I understand why CP3 got it. I'm not upset by that. I was just kind of surprised. Which a lot of these reserve selections, I was kind of surprised they actually did, especially in the East. But for the West, I did pretty good. Like I said, I couldn't predict Christian Wood's injury. But for the West, that was the better part of my bracket, let's say. The East is kind of where it gets the shit, especially in the reserves. The starters weren't that off. I was off with Jaylen Brown. But for the reserves for the East, these are who I had. It's pretty dog shit. It was Kyrie, Malcolm Brogdon, Colin Sexton, Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, Domantas Sabonis, and Julius Randle. Out of those 7, only got 2 of them right with Jason Tatum and Julius Randle. Swap Kyrie and Jaylen Brown, make that 3 out of 7. Look, Malcolm Brogdon, I said I don't think he's going to get it, but I wouldn't be... Before I talk about why I'm not shocked, this was recorded when I made this 3 weeks ago. A lot has changed. By that I mean Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic became monsters in the last 3 weeks. I mean, I posted something about Zach LaVine. He averaged 32 points per game this month. See, I recorded this at the start of February or whatever fucking month this is, not at the end. So yeah, I should have probably not made a video before All-Star voting was ended. I should have waited, but because of that, I kind of messed up with that. I couldn't predict Colin Sexton. The Cavs were going like an 11-game losing streak right after I finished recording. The same week they beat the Nets is the week I make that video, and of course they fucking go on an 11-game losing streak. Gordon Hayward kind of he was still having a solid year, just kind of died down. Julius Randle I got right. I said he should have been. I'm happy he got it. He deserves it. Domantas Sabonis, I was kind of surprised with his non-inclusion. He's been probably one of the biggest snubs. But it kind of makes sense because it either was Vucevic or Sabonis, and I'm not too upset with Vucevic getting it. He's been putting that Magic team on his back. I know Sabonis is on a better team record-wise, but the Magic are a very good team when they're healthy. That's the issue. No Fultz, no Jonathan Isaac. They've had just injuries out of their asshole, so I'm not too upset. Malcolm Brogdon, I don't know, like these Pacers, they got fucking snubbed. I said he was doing really solid. Last few weeks he's been a little bit quiet, so I'm not too upset that Zach LaVine got it. I mean, I can't complain. Ben Simmons got it. I'm not surprised by that either. I don't put in his numbers as a all-star compared to the others, but look, he replaced my bracket. He would replace Colin Sexton, which makes complete sense. I mean, the Sixers are the #1 seed, and Cavs have been pretty terrible in the last 11 games. So I'm not too upset. So in reality, the All-Star selections aren't as bad as they could have been. Like I said, I'm very surprised. I'm not upset at all that Nikola Vucevic got included, that Chris Paul got included, that even Zion got included instead of Brandon Ingram, that Julius Randle got included. There's a lot of snubs. Like Trae Young's a big snub, but I didn't think he deserved to be an All-Star this season, and they clearly showed it that he didn't deserve it. The Heat 2 guards or stars with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, especially with Jimmy's recent form, he's been on a tear. But as a Heat fan, I knew they weren't gonna get it, especially when Jimmy's been out. Bam's been up and down this season, and well, they've had their struggles, so I wasn't surprised. I mean, in reality, Bam and Jimmy are two of the best players, top 12 in the top 12 in the East, but not surprising. Like Trae Young, not surprised at all. I didn't think he deserved it. But after that, Tobias Harris is another good name. Again, he's the third player on the best team. It's kind of like the Mike Conley situation. They just were never going to get included. DeMar DeRozan's a big name. But again, Anthony Davis is someone that's going to get replaced. Be interesting who gets replaced by him. But after that, I think they did pretty good. I'm still pretty upset with the Luka Dame thing, but whatever. But after that, let me know what you guys had as your fucking picks. I'm back. I know I was on like a 2-week hiatus. I had to get some things settled. But that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and peace.